my spirit. I watch those videos. I watch those videos and I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, man, you know, they tell us anything. They tell us anything and we go for it. I mean, they said that the young man was looking for a shoe inside a rolled up mat. How did the shoe get there?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I mean, the mat looked kind of tall. I mean, you step up
in
in it, drop your shoe. I mean, what was it?
Yeah.
I mean, they tell us anything.
Anything.
The coroner, the government, they don't care about us. You know, I'm not gonna, I listen to folks say that we don't need to harm ourselves. I disagree with that. Because of the fact that in the state of Georgia, you have the right to bear arms.
Yes, sir, you do.
If you're not a felon, you have the right to bear arms. Black folks are the only people that tell our children don't pick up guns. The police pick up guns and they murder us. The military pick up guns and they murder people. White folks, like Zimmerman and so many others, pick up guns and they do what? They murder us. But the first thing we say is we don't want our children to carry guns. I want my children to be armed. And they will be.
You're stepping on toes.
I don't care nothing about nobody's toes, man. That's why I wore these boots just in case I gotta walk on somebody's toes. White boys and girls are at the range at age 7 years old.
That's right.
They're training their children, right?
That's right.
These little white boys, these Asians and so forth, they're learning martial arts.
That's right.
If you just gonna tell your children to go to school and get good grades and that's all it's gonna be, then you are doing your children a disservice. The United States is not set up for our children to excel if we're not building up America. Now some of you may say, well, what's wrong with that? We American, ain't we? If we was American, then they would call us African American. We just be American. But they want you to know that you're less than, that you're still 3/5 or 3/4 or whatever they told you. Right? Is everybody all right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You know, sometimes when we speak at some of these pieces, some folks say, I don't really like this or whatever. I'm cool with that. I'm 45 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with me. You know what I'm saying? Some of you aren't cool with yourselves because of the fact that we know that we're too trifling. That's a hard word to say. We're too trifling to stand up for our own people. We want to know what Bernie Sanders can do for us. We want to know what Clinton can do for us. You crackers don't care nothing about you. Nothing. Nothing. You have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. There's 319 million people in the United States. We about 14%. That puts us about 42, 43 million people in the United States. You mean to tell me out of these 8, 9 individuals that's running for president, you actually would have voted for either one of those out of 320 million people? Huh? Now I'm all for the vote, but on a local level. Because all politics are local. We have a political action club, and what we do is we register folks to vote, but not for any particular party, right? Just because, as Sister here, the state rep said, just because of the fact that you are black, it don't mean nothing. It's beyond that. Colin Powell's black. Condoleezza Rice is black. Some of these black police that gun down their children are black. Kasim Reed, that lady, he black. I can say that because I'm not running for office. I'm not a politician, I'm not a preacher. And as Malcolm said, our religion teaches us to be peaceful. Obey the law, respect everyone. But if someone puts their hands on you, send them to the cemetery. Huh? Ain't that old time religion? Elders, back in the day, the children used to get into a fight. You tell them to go back outside and fight, right? But when they come to these white folks, you ain't got no fight. When they come to these police, you ain't got no fight. We gotta go beyond being cowards, y'all. We got to go beyond being cowards. We got to go beyond just tough talking for the sake of being tough. We should demand that if you stand up and you say that you represent black people in the black community, that you have a plan of action. That you have a plan of action. Feel-good speeches is played out. Right?
All right.
I mean, you can watch YouTube when you just want some feel-good speeches. That's played out. You should ask these preachers. You should ask these politicians. What are your plans? What do you plan on doing for the black community? Not just no abstract mess. Right? Because a lot of times we get caught up in lofty ideas and hope. We got more hope than Bob, but we still in the same position. We still in the same predicament. Listen, it's 2016, and we're looking to move beyond these same tragedies. No one's going to save you, but no one's going to save us but us. And that's from Harriet Tubman. Right?
Right.
That's from Harriet Tubman. If you're going to be a preacher like Nat Turner. If you're going to be a preacher like Denmark Basin.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? To the youth, everybody got something to say to the youth. We have to meet you where you are, and you have to meet us where we are. We have to go to the community where the youth are, right? Just a bunch of old folks getting up there, we kicking the willy bobo, talking about what the youth need to do. That's irrelevant. Many of us are afraid to go in the communities that we claim we serve.
That's right.
Some of you, I only see you in the lecture hall. Some of you only see you in the rallies. I don't see you when it's time to be out in the streets. Now, am I trying to knock somebody? Am I trying to bitch up somebody? No. A community consists of all of us. But the problem is, we call ourselves community organizers, but we don't know what a community is. We forgot what the true community is. A community is not people that just sit up and make decisions for other people who they feel they can't make decisions for themselves. We have to go beyond this, and we will go beyond this. We will. I have faith in us. We are doing this because of the fact that we believe that we're going to continue on. The mic always goes whenever I'm talking. The mic always goes. I don't know. Jesus tells me to shut up. But it just happens that way. I don't know why that is. Don't put this down. I know it is. You part everybody always down the phone. It's too much. I know, but that's why I bring my own body. I can power a couple city blocks by myself. Because I feel good about that. Listen, I want y'all to say, when I say Kendrick Johnson, I want y'all to say lives. All right?
Yes, sir.
Kendrick Johnson.
Lives.
Hold on, man. I don't think that don't sound we cool looking like Kendrick Johnson.
Lives.
Even though the government will cover it up and act like nothing really happened. Kendrick Johnson.
Lives.
Even though the city of Valdosta is crooked and racist as it is, even though this racist government, who is a piece of doo-doo, will continue to lie and roll against us, we know that Kendrick Johnson
Lives.
We know that even though the Johnson family have to suffer day and night thinking about their baby boy, thinking about that handsome young man who could have been anybody and anything that he wanted to be, we know that Kendrick Johnson
Lives.
even though we got a rotten president and we're going to get another rotten president, and we don't care whether they're black, whether they're a woman, whether they got an X chromosome or XY chromosome, we know that Kendrick Johnson, even though that if you live in America, we know that the only people that's going to get justice in America is a dog or a homosexual. We know that Kendrick Johnson
Lives.
Now some of y'all don't like that, but it's a fact. It's a fact. In the black community, you know what they want black men to do? They want you to either bark and bow down, or they want you to switch. But we ain't switching no more. We don't dance no more. We don't dance no more. Ain't no more shucking and jiving. No more, that's played out. It's played out. If we gonna be the voice for the voiceless, then we gotta speak up so we can hear each other. Right? There can't be no more Kendrick Johnson. Huh?
That's right.
If Black Lives Matter, Black Lives should matter for everybody. Is that right? Don't tell me about no damn All Lives Matter. Don't tell me about all lives matter and when the only lives matter, the only lives that don't matter is ours. We the ones that's dying in that street daily, right? Huh? Come on, y'all, don't be scared. It's all right. You know it's right. You know it's right. We're going to win in spite of ourselves. We're going to win in spite of ourselves. We're not going to go for these crooked preachers no more, right? You ain't going to collect money at the expense of others. We're not going to go for some of these charlatans that have these big radio shows and these big TV shows nationwide, but the only time they show up is when the camera's on. Huh? You know it. Am I lying? Some of y'all don't like it because some of you are part of those organizations, but I'm not blaming. I'm not blaming you. I'm saying check your leadership. Check your leadership. Huh? If somebody's going to stand up in front of us and they're going to tell us that it's justice or else, then damn it, we need to or else right now because we ain't getting no justice. Huh? Some of y'all don't like it because we stepping on toes, right? We need to get our toes stepped on. That they might do like James Brown and get on the good foot.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Listen, man. Let's not use Kendrick Johnson as another poster board or writing on the wall or a T-shirt and then forget about him tomorrow night when somebody died in Baltimore, when somebody died in Atlanta, or when his name, when they're not burning the cities of Valdosta, we forget about him. Huh? Because Al and Jesse and some of these other characters, these new black clowns and all these other people, they ain't standing up, they ain't yelling that name out because in fact it's not the popular name to be talked about. Huh? Don't let them tell you just anything. Don't let them tell you that he fell in those damn wrestling matches. That sounds ridiculous. I don't even think Kendrick Johnson was a wrestler, was it? They tell us any damn thing. They tell us anything. And like Malcolm said, we go for it because we chose. Listen, if I offended anybody today, I'd just like to say that that wasn't my intention. But if I did, and it's too damn bad, a hit dog, a holler, and we need to do more than just sit around talking some old feel-good speeches. We need to get out and do something about changing this situation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.